I think Paul in the book of Ephesians says it best. Here's what he says in Ephesians chapter 2, verses 8 and 9. I think this best describes everything that we need to know about grace. It says, "For by grace you have been saved through faith. And this is not your own doing, it is the gift of God, not as a result of works, so that no one may boast." Here is everything that we should believe about grace. It is a free gift, has nothing to do with works. God gave it, and so we have nothing to say about it. But this is exactly where the point comes into play, where we begin to struggle. Because even once we graciously receive the grace that we are given, we struggle then figuring out what to do next. And our church movement specifically has struggled with this concept for years and years and years and years. We're really good at getting people baptized, but we really struggle with what's supposed to happen after people get baptized. Once you have received the grace, once you have first responded to the grace, what is supposed to happen? And let's be honest, it's very confusing. Because if we receive this grace, and it's the free gift, and God does all the work, then why does it even matter what we do? It's not based on our performance, right? So if we're just going to keep receiving grace, then it really doesn't matter how we live. Wrong, because the Bible seems to contradict itself here. Let me point you to another passage in James. "So also faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead." So James is saying that if we don't have works along with our faith, which faith gives us grace, then the grace that we received is meaningless? It doesn't make any sense. How can James say that we need works, but Paul say that we don't? So here's what I want you to picture when it comes to grace. I want you to imagine yourself in a dark room, right in the center of the dark room, and somebody just takes a giant box of Legos and scatters them all across the floor. And your job is to get out of the room. However, here is how grace would intervene in this situation. Imagine someone else walks into the room and turns the lights on for you so that you can see around you all the Lego bricks on the floor. Suddenly you can see all of the sin that would be in your life that would cause you pain. So the work is done for you. You could easily avoid those sins based on the grace that's been bestowed upon you. But here's where grace that we don't teach about comes into play. The power of grace then for you is to then be obedient if I were to tell you to pick up those bricks and remove those bricks from your life so that you no longer had to worry about the pain of stepping on them whenever the lights do go off, whenever you do stumble into sin. You don't have to worry about all of the extra pain that comes along with it because you have already done the work of removing the things in your life that grace has helped you identify.